Mishu, now I'm going. I began. How we walked out with Mishu after they left. Kook, passing a plate towards her. That's when he glared at her. Stop it, Ryan. It's hard. You may hurt yourself. His voice raised a little. Fine. Kook, stop. You're just showing off. What do you think of yourself? Kook, what are you talking about? Out of nowhere. Fine. What do you think? You think I don't know about you picking up those cards? She stood up. Kook widened his eyes when she brought out this topic. He also stood up. What? Shocked. Wine. Yes, I know everything. I know. They were saying something about me. But from when you started doing such things for me, you caring for me is far, isn't it? You really don't need to put on a show, okay? She is overwhelmed and things are coming out of her mouth without her attention. But all this added fuel in Cook's anger. Her words cut deep. Cook's face darkened in anger. Cook, how dare you? His voice is still low as he doesn't want to create a huge scene here in front of Gibbs, not knowing that he and Wine had already done once. They have crossed the limits. They are talking back at each other and are answering each other rudely, which isn't good at all. Kims are looking at them with shocked eyes. Yes, it's true that Kims haven't talked with each other normally from years, but disrespecting each other, rudely yelling, all were never there. Wine and Cook are something more than that. Cook, you think I'm showing off? You think I'm doing this for your attention? She is furious after knowing about his actions. She is furious because that way he hurt himself. And as for her, he shouldn't have done that here in Kim Mansion. He took a step closer to her as his temper is still increasing. His face clenched tightly. Cook, I did it because those guards were disrespecting you. I did it because he felt like he's out of words. Words aren't coming out of his mouth, but his facial expressions are firm. His tall frame towering over Vine, but she didn't back down. Her eyes flashing with the same rage, her chin raised, her fist clenched, and the air is thick with tension. As the two siblings faced off. For Suga, it's enough now. He came in between and pushed Cook away from Vine. Suga, shut up, both of you. Vine and Cook froze, their eyes fixed on Suga, his eyes filled with anger. Suga, otherwise you will definitely face my first side. It's true that she is aware about Cook beating guards. Today's morning, she snuck out to the garden area. She was craving for fresh air and peace. Her brothers had warned her not to leave the mansion without them, but she had ignored their words. She was taking a walk in the garden. That's when she came across a group of guards gathering together and discussing something to each other. She wasn't interested, but she stopped when she heard Cook's name from their mouth. She pretended to admire the flowers and tried to hear the conversation. From there, she got to know that guards were talking about how Cook had beaten them up for disrespecting Wine. Her eyes widened as she listened, her heart racing with a mix of emotions. With brothers, all the siblings left from the dining room after the argument without saying anything. Suga received a call from Mishu saying she may need to go out of the country today in the evening to sign the deal. Suga knows that the contract is important and is in need to sign up soon, but he doesn't want to leave her alone. He is still thinking about a proper solution. And then he received another message from Mishu regarding to another deal. Suga is unsure about that deal because it seems suspicious to him. His mind is fully messed up because first his babies and now Oma's business. He knows there is something wrong with the dealer. He was pacing in the corridor. That's when Jin approached him. Jin, Yun, Yun, I want to talk with you personally about kids. Jin's expressions is serious as he is giving Suga. Suga, say, Jin, is it strained from the start? His voice is firm. Jin, he continues after some minutes. What's happening between Vine and Kook? Why do they always fight? Suga was about to say something, but Jin continues, making Suga to stop in between. Jin, it's not good, and if this continues, I will be in need of punishing both of them. Suga, no, you can't punish my kids. Jin, he interrupted in between, not to mention, but my kids as well. And if they are turning out this way, then I will definitely punish them. I want to know why they are like this. Jimin, who was heading to his room from there, stopped in between. As he caught sight of Vine struggling to make her way to down the stairs, he stopped. Vine's injury can be the reason. That's what he assumed, but he isn't knowing that her leg went numb. That's why she is walking carefully. Jimin's expressions turned worried. He rushed to her. Jimin, Vine, what's wrong? He asked while gently supporting her elbow. Vine looked at him after felt his hands on hers. Fine, I'm fine, Jimin. Just leave me alone. Jimin protested. No, you're not fine. He firmly said to her. You're hurt and you need to rest. Suga and Jin exchanged worried glances. Suga sighed deeply. They are like this. From years, they always argue with each other by one or another reason. Just then, Vine's voice distracted them. Vine, no, Jimin, just leave me alone. I don't want to talk to anyone for some time, please. In the starting, she was sounding frustrated, but then she pleaded after realizing her tone towards Elder. Jimin's face fell, but he nodded and walked away, disappearing behind a nearby pillar. Vine stood near the railing, her back facing the others, her shoulders tense. Kook, who had been passing by, didn't notice Vine standing there. He crashed into her, causing her to stumble. Vine's eyes flashed with anger, and she yelled at Kook. Vine, what the? Are you blind or what? You're always careless. Can't you see I'm trying to be left alone? Suga's eyes widened in anger as he watched the scene. The sudden shout made Kook flinch a little. He wasn't even able to process. He was about to apologize to the person with whom he just bumped, but before that, she yelled at him, resulted him to flinch by the sudden yelling. Even Jin's expressions turned stern, his eyes narrowed. Jimin, who had been hiding behind a pillar, peeked out, his eyes wide with concern. Kook, his eyes flashed with annoyance, and he shot back. I'm younger doesn't mean I will listen to such stupidity. You're always so dramatic and sensitive. Vine's anger reached a boiling point. and she pushed Kook with all her might. Kook stumbled backwards, his arms flailing wildly as he struggled to regain his balance. He was about to fall when he managed to grab onto the railing, his finger closing around it like a vise. The force of Wine's push had left Kook breathless, his body dangling as he struggled to pull himself back up. Wine's eyes widened in horror as she realized what she had done. She yelled out of fear of hurting her baby brother. Wine, Kook! The brothers rushed towards them, their faces itched with concern. Suga and Jin leaped to Kook's side, grabbing hold of him to pull him back to safety. Jimin stood frozen, his eyes fixed on Vine's terrified, fragile figure. But he too rushed towards Jin, Suga and Kook. He too helped his two elder brothers in pulling Younger upward. Vine's hands flew to her mouth, her eyes brimming with tears. Vine, Kook, I'm so sorry, she cried immediately, her voice shaking with fear. Her heart is racing fast as Vine's terrified yell echoed through the hall. The other brothers rushed to the scene, their faces itched with concern. Brothers finally pulled him up, holding him steady as he regained his balance. His face is pale, his eyes filled with anger and fear. They rushed towards them, scanning the scene. Vine looked more and more terrified at this moment. Her gaze is fixed on Cook's angry face. Her face pale, her hands shaking badly. She took a step backwards. After several tense minutes, Vine stood far away from Cook, her eyes still fixed on his, with a mix of fear and guilt. Cook sat on the couch, taking heavy breaths, his face twisted in anger. He refused to look at Vine, his eyes fixed on some point across the room. Jin paced back and forth, his face itched with worry and frustration. Jin, oh God, why you guys fight this much? What if something? You're safe today, but he yelled while pulling his hair. You guys are going too far now. Suga, his voice was deep and a bit cold. Vine, get over here now, in front of me. His eyes are filled with anger. Vine's heart skipped a beat as she hesitated for a moment before slowly making her way to Suga. She had never seen him this much angry before on any family member. For the first time, she felt fear towards her brother, and that too from her most caring brother. As she stood before him, he started using his harsh tone on her. Suga, what were you thinking, Vine? He could have got badly injured. Do you have any idea how reckless and irresponsible that was? He was controlling his anger and wasn't showing like Kook or Jin. But now he isn't able to. The thought of getting Kook hurt is haunting him now. Vine, I'm sorry, Appa. Her voice barely above a whisper. Suga's expressions didn't soften. His anger still racing. Suga, sorry isn't enough, Vine. He growled. You need to learn to control your temper and think before you act. This behavior is unacceptable. She finally sobbed. Her head hung low. Jin's expressions were stern as he checked Cook over, making sure he was okay. Jin, now it's enough of you. His voice is firm. You both will get punished for this reckless behavior of yours, and I mean it. At last, he kissed Suga, but for his surprise, Suga nodded. Suga, that is a one for creating this much mess. Ryan, I'm sorry, but I didn't do that intentionally. I never wanted Kook to get hurt. Her cracked voice somehow left a huge impact to brothers, but they aren't reacting at all. Cook's expressions were still angry, but he remained silent, his gaze now fixed on Ryan's struggling figure. Jin's face is turned, but he is able to see the genuine guilt in her eyes. Ryan, punish me. He isn't at fault. She gathered courage for speaking this sentence. Suga, both are at fault. Both are arguing from morning. And I will punish you for this mistake in my way. Jin, his voice is still firm, but slightly softer. For now, Kook need to rest. Ryan, apologize to Kook. We will talk about this later. Ryan nodded, still wailing silently. Ryan, uh, sorry Kook, she whispered, her voice cracking. Cook's expression didn't change, but he nodded slightly, acknowledging her apology. Cook stood up and walked away from there. Jin too walked away, but in fast pace, making Jimin scared a little by Elder's anger. He followed Jin behind. Suga too walked away from there. Now only Tae and Ryan are standing there in the room. Tae himself is confused about the situation, but he doesn't want to leave his Nuna in tears. He walked to her and softly pulled her in his protective arms. Without wasting any second, she weakly wrapped her arms around his torso. Ryan, I am washed, Nuna, she sobbed loudly, finally letting out her emotions. She isn't knowing which of her brother is here comforting her, but she is grateful to him for not leaving her alone. There, who said that you aren't okay? And stop crying for now. Ryan, I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt Cook. I love him so much. She finally looks up and stopped speaking. There, she felt a wave of sadness taking over her. She was expecting one of the mean brother, but after seeing that, her sadness just increased. There, Nuna, stop crying. You are my strong Nuna. You will get out of it soon. I believe in you. He wiped her tears away. Wine in mind. Oh no, no. How come I discriminate with my brothers? After all, they all are my siblings. Wine, still in mind. And they are trying to take care of me from the time I came here. And me, always been partial with them. They shook her a little, then patted her head. Stop it now. Just look at yourself. What you have did to yourself. You need to take care of yourself. Ryan clenched his shirt in her face. There, shaky voice. There, see, I'm listening. Ryan, please check on Cook. Check if he is okay or not. There, I will, but want to come with me to check on him? Ryan immediately shook her head as no. No, I won't. I'm scared. What if he gets more angry on me? He's dangerous when he's furious. Please go and comfort him. Talk to him like you approached to me. She pleaded and choked on her tears. There, hush, Nuna, calm down first. He pat her back and immediately took a glass of water from side and made her drink some. With Hobby and Mishu in the car, they are discussing about the business deal. On their way to company, Mishu is kissing a document in her hand. Mishu, I don't know, Hobby. I'm not sure if this deal is a good idea or not. There are too many risks involved. Hubby nodded, his eyes locked on the road as he is driving the car. Hubby, I understand you, but I think we should consider the potential benefits. This deal could be a game changer for our company. Just then, Mrs. Phone burst. She picked it up, and her facial expressions changed. She disconnected the call. Hubby, what's wrong, Amma? Mishu, I need to go abroad urgently. My PA just messaged me. Hubby, what? Why? Mishu, I'm not sure yet, but I need to leave as soon as possible. Can you take care of things here while I'm away? Hubby, Oma, I can't. Like, we are at King's place. How can you leave us with them? Mishu, I know, Ben, but it's only for 2 to 3 days. Then Uma will be back. How Suga will punish his daughter-like sister? Was Shin thinking? Will Misha leave for the meetings? To 50 likes and 50 comments to get the next part sooner. Take care. Bye, bunnies.